Today, I am teaching you to make a salwar with 2-meter cloth. There were many comments that mom teach us to make salwar by taking a measurement from another salwar. So today, I will teach you people how to make salwar from taking measurements from another salwar. So let's get started. So firstly let's learn to take measurement of salwar, then we can cut it. Subscribe to Radhika Tutorials to learn everything related to sewing, and press the bell icon to get the notification for all of my new videos and never miss an update. So first you have to pick up your salwar and take measurements and write it down. So for marking will be of length. Now from your inch tape, you have to hold from up to down, to check. So like this, its length is 38. So this is how you have to notice it and write it down continuously. After taking your salwar's length measurement, now you have to take a measurement of the belt's waist. This is kept in 4 layers, and this is how you take measurement. Its width is 10.5 inches, so its whole circle will be 42 inches, so this is how you have to check. So from here also you can take a measurement for your belt, from down here. Like if there is lace inside this part, and you are not able to take the measurement, then you can take belt measurement from here too. Now you have to check the belt's length. What's the length of the belt? So its length is coming 6.5 inches. So then you have to take a margin and then you have to do the cutting. So from this measurement, you have to keep belt. Now you have to take a measurement of the hip line. So this is how you have to take the measurement of hip line. So this is giving us 8 inches. Okay, so you have to mark margin and cut it along the way. Now you have to take a measurement of the hem of the salwar, like this. You have to take length, put it like this, and check it. So the hem is coming 6.75 inches, so its full circle will be 13.5 inches. Accordingly, you have to check and write it down. According to this, we have to do cuttings. Now let me tell you about cloth's measurements. So pick up the cloth and flip it backward. So I have kept this cloth in double and we have to mark the markings on the back side. Now I will tell you about its height. Now after keeping your cloth in double, you have to check the cloth's height, which is 2 meter. Now you have to take your salwar's length. Now that you are taking salwar's length, I want to keep it at 38 inches. So this is 38 inches. Now you can see there is a lot of extra cloth, so now you can use a good margin in it. So like this, notice your cloth and then we have to start cutting. So first we will take the margin for the belt on the upper side, like this. We took a margin of 1.5 inches, which will be used in nape arm. Now we will keep it straight. So now we have marked for belt's margin. Now you have to mark for belt's length. Like we are getting belt's length as 6.5 inches. So like that we are going to mark it at 6.5 inches. And half an inch for the margin. And draw a straight line. So in this, we will get our belt. Now you have to get the height. From this, we have to remove 6.5 inches. After removing 6.5 inches, you have to mark a fixed length. So this is coming at 38 inches. Now we mark it here at 38. Now you have to take 1 inch extra, 1/2 at the top for stitching and another half at the bottom for stitching. So now you have to take 1 inch extra for the margin, 1/2 at the top for stitching and another half at the bottom for stitching. Then we will stitch this and flip it. So this is your 1 inch margin. So after checking your cloth you have to cut the belt cloth according to the markings and remove it. So like this you have to check. So this is coming 8.5 inches. So you have to mark 8.5 inches here too and cut it accordingly. So now we have removed this straight cloth. Then you have to remove belt's round circle. So you have to keep cloth in 4 layers. So keep this cloth in 4 layers. So whatever you get the maximum part of your belt's round circle. So you have to check and mark, extend the margin. So you have to check and mark margin. When you get the measurement from the salwar, you don't have to take losing this 10.5 inches and this is your margin. And then we will cut it and remove it. I have removed the joint, and this is how we get the belt. Now we have to remove a part. So now we have removed the cloth from above and this is the remaining cloth. We have to keep it like that. So now you have to flip this for the part. Here you have to flip it like this. Here, you have to flip according to your trouser cuffs. Just make sure to take care of it. According to your trouser cuffs you have to flip it accordingly. Like this. I flipped this at 6.75 inches. Okay, this is 6.75 inches. Now we will spread it and place properly. So for part, you have to keep the cloth on it and cut 4 petals from cloth. It's also called 4-layered salwar. Now you have to keep your focus here. I have taken the size of trouser cuffs and kept it. So when we stitch a joint here, we will get 1 inch reduced. That's why you have to take its margin on this side. So we will increase 1 extra inch margin here and will increase 1 inch extra margin. So now I have marked here at 2 inches. And, now we have to mark 2 inches extra margin on this corner. So mark 2 inches on this corner too. So this is 2 inch extra mark. So now you have to join these 2 points like this. Now start marking. Now start cutting on these markings. After cutting these petals, now you have to cut 1 piece of cloth for the hip line. The way I taught you to take measurement of hip line, same way whatever measurement comes you have to keep a fixed point here and keep a 1 inch margin. Like this salwar's measurement was coming 8 inches, so we will mark here at 9 inches. And straight away we will start cutting and remove it. So now we have cut our petals. Now we will pick this up and flip it on this. So pick it up like this and flip it. So like this, we have put 2 cloth petals on another. Now you have to do cutting for hip line. After that you have to take round measurement here, like this. Pick up curve scale and take round markings here. So because of this its stitching has good finishing and its stitch doesn't tear up easily. So we will cut through these markings and remove it. So we have done its setting. So once again I will show you how to take measurement. Now I have kept it on my side and its cutting is now complete. So let me tell you this is its belt. So once again you have to check its length. So press it and keep it like this. Okay, now we have pressed the cloth which will get its margin. After that you have to take measurement like this. So from this mark, you have to keep your inch tape and you have to check its length, like this which is 38 inches. So 38 is fixed here. So from this remaining cloth you can use it for bottom petals. You have to stick button in it and flip it downside. And if you want to give a designing look on it or you want to stitch suit cloth, increase ½ inch downwards and mark it, which will give you a joint from which you can stitch different color fabric and can flip it. So I am also using suits cloth on these petals. If you keep it on like this then it will look more beautiful. So we will remove this extra cloth. ½ inch margin is taken and now we cut it accordingly. So here I am using a suits cloth, because of which it will give you a good look. So I am going to use one here and another one for the belt. So we will remove this belt and we'll fix this belt here. If you want you can keep it same or can even use suits cloth. And this way our cutting is complete, and if you have liked the video then give a like below for this video and then we can start sewing. So let's start sewing. Before that you have to open its one joint, the one which is in part, open it. So after opening this joint, you have to remove straight cloth by cutting it, so its part will be separated and petals will be separated. So like this you have to keep parts separately like this. So after that pick up one part and pick up 2 petals. And then we will keep one part and two petals separately. So we have picked up one part and spread it straightly. After that, you have to pick up one petal and have to place it on this with the back side at the front, like this match, and keep it like this. So this stitch we have to mark it till bottom. And keep this one like this and pick up second part and keep it like this. So this is kept straight, and this second petal you have to keep it flipped. Measure it and according to 1/2 inch mark stitching on this side, which will give us joined petals. You have to do a straight stitch. So this is how you have to join part and the petal together. So both of the petals are stitched here, so now flip it straight. Now that we have kept it straight, the stitch we have to press it towards part side and press it nicely. So this is how we have pressed the stitch. So now we have to make one more part. So idea will be same. So pick up the part and join these petals. So this is how we have joined another part. So now you have to keep this part facing front and this part facing back. And join them with hip line side, like this. And then you have to take a 1/2 inch stitch and mark it. On this side and on another side. So on both sides you have to take a stitch for your hip line area. According to 1/2 inch we have to stitch straight. After stitching on both sides for your hip area, you have to keep one side flipped like this and have to make belt for it. So now we have picked up the belt's cloth, and you have to make a belt like the way I told you before. You have to stitch on these markings and have to stop the stitch here. After that you have to give 1 inch gap in between stitch. After that you have to continuously mark till bottom. This is how we have marked till bottom. After that again you have to take according to 1/2 inch margin here and mark it till bottom. So first you have to put a straight stitch. After that, you have to stitch till here and give gap here, and then you have to bring your stitch till the bottom. So now I have given straight stitch here and given gap here, we have to cut this thread. Like this, remove it. Now you have to keep this cloth like this. So now we have kept side stitch in center. So now you have to press this cloth like this. Separate both part and press it like nicely. So now on this cloth you have to give a stitch like this. You have to press cloth like this, and according to 2 point you have to turn whole stitch. So you have to start your stitch here and turning onward you have to place it here. Pick up one part and insert a stitch here. So this is how you have to stitch here. After that, you have to take the margin which you have taken here. You can make placket here. First you have to fold 1/2 inch cloth, and from this mark fold this cloth inside like this. The measurement of margin which you have taken, you have to use it continuously. So we have used 1½ marine here. Now stick a pin here. So like this, stick a pin here so you don't have to worry about it, and inserting a stitch will be easy. Like this you have to take care of cloth and stick pins all over here. So now we have covered entire area with pin. After putting pins you don't have to worry about bind stitch inside. So now from the corner side you have to start inserting the stitch and from corner and make a round stitch. In this way, you have to put the stitch and your belt is complete. Make it straight. You can put lace in it. Okay, this gap is for lace. After keeping it straight, you have to check if these two stitches are coming parallel to each other or not. Like this, you can keep it here and match with center like this. So cut it here so we will know that these are center. Now you have to pick up the flare and join these. So now we have picked up flare. Now you have to pick up flare like this. And open it like this. So its hip line will be in the center. So this is how you will get your hip line part in the center. After that you have to put one fold from this side to here. Pick this cloth here like this, and fold it like this. And now stitch a pin. Now pick up the second plate from this side and fold it on this side. You have to pick it up like this and put it up this way. The way we have made this here, same we have to make it on back side. So I will tell you here, this plate will come in center. And for this belt you have to take a 4 inches margin and mark it and then leave it. I will show you by inch tape. So after measurement, you can mark it here till 4 inches. Here we have marked till 4 inches. Now 4 inches mark on this side. Like this we have done here, and marked it here, and same mark you have to mark it on back side of the belt. For this much cloth we won't put plate on both sides. If we are not putting plates then we have to also mark here. Match it with center and mark it here. So from here our stitch will be plain till here. Now this cloth in middle we have to make plates here. You have to make plates on the both sides. Now I will show you how to insert plates. So now you have to pick up this cloth, 2 inches on each side and bend it like this, and start putting pins. The number of plates will emerge here. You have to put it that much. Just make sure while inserting plate, this is its center and this is belt center. How many plates can come here? When you reach this mark then you don't have to make plates further. So when you make these plates further then your circle will get smaller and the belt will increase. So like this you have to put a plate here. So when this mark will reach here at this point, you have to stop making plates. This is how you have to make plates. These plates will be on front side, and if you make this plates like this it will be very easy for you to make them. The way you have made in front part same way you have to make it in back part, and from here till here you have to leave it. So like this, we have put plates on the back side as well. You can count and put it so that your front and back side will get an equal number of plates. Now just flip it. Now we have flipped it and kept it on the front side. Now you just have to give a stitch on it. So now you have to match this center and this belt's center in the middle. Pick it up like this and flip it like this. Now match center with the center, and markings with markings, and just start sewing and start removing pin. So you will be able to make a good fit. So like this, I've put a stitch in the whole circle. I would like to tell you I haven't removed the pin till now. The way our plates were made they are like that only. We have just moved pins downwards. So machine's needle will get easily pass by, and your plates will be made safely. Now we will remove the pin. Now you have to press this cloth in upward direction. Hold these two and place them on the upper side, and from 2 points we have to stitch it accordingly. Hold it like this and start sewing with 2-point stitch. So the plate cloth will get easily pressed on upper cloth like this, and we'll do it in circle. Like this we have stitched all the circle. After that you have to create the bottom design. For that, you have to stick bacron on cloth and then we will create the bottom. Now you have to go downwards. Now we have to stick bacron strips, and I have taught you how to stick these strips in many videos. You have to keep it on cloth and press it. Leave 0.5 inches on both sides so you will be able to get space for your stitch. Now flip your salwar and keep these strips like this. This is inside out and you have to keep this strip reverse, so when you flip it design will be in front like this. You have to match and an extra side of the strip will be for stitching. Like this you have to stitch it in straight way and then flip it in front side. So we are flipping it straight now. So now you have to take buckram and flip it on this cloth like this. Flip it nicely, so cloth on back side should not be seen. So this side's cloth should not be seen here. So now what you have to do is put one stitch on this corner and another on this corner. Then after that 2-point stitch from here, and then 2-point stitch from the side. And in the center, you have to do it like this so buckram gets stuck nicely. So 2 stitches here and 2 stitches here and in the center this way. So in this way you get buckram easily set. So this way we have created both the bottoms. Now just cut the extra cloth. After creating bottom, you have to flip it and stitch it. So after flipping it, again you have to check bottom and mark it. Whatever your size for bottom is, just mark it and slant way start marking it. So according to halfway you have to put stitch accordingly. You also have to measure here, so keep this cloth here, mark it dark and slip it on this. So this mark will be on this side too, and then darken the mark, and according to mark you have to insert ½ stitch. And when you will put stitch you have to make sure the one cloth which is going this way then second cloth's fold should also go in same way. So bend the cloth and start sewing. So like this match these both stitches. Match it properly and stitch it with machine. In this way, the entire stitching has been completed, and at last, you have to stitch it till here. And now it's completely made. Now we just have to flip inside out. Like this we have completed this beautiful salwar in 2-meter cloth. Now you start making it and try it. And if you have any doubts then do comment about it and ask me. If you liked the video then do give a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet then do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notification of all my videos. Thank you.